So we're going to start with Carsin Ablon, right? And this is Casted Movement Study number 2. And thank you for being here tonight.
Absolutely.
I wanted to start just by asking, what was your inspiration for creating this artwork?
My inspiration, well, it's a purely aesthetic piece, but my inspiration was more of a goal, I guess. It was to kind of achieve just a cohesive design. And so it's a casted piece, so of course first it's casted, and then there's a slow reduction process. And so during that process, it's all about what do I need to take away to really make this make sense. So I guess that was...
Had you worked with this medium before?
Oh yeah,
Yes?
I loathe plaster. It's so delicate and fragile, but it's very challenging, and so I appreciate it for that, but it's a very frustrating medium.
Are there any artists that you're inspired by?
There's actually a ceramic artist by the name of Daniel Kavanagh, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and he plays a lot with negative and positive repetition of shape. So I kind of tried to incorporate that, but with a bit more movement. His pieces are very stagnant, and they're very just focused on the shape itself. I wanted to make mine a bit more active, a bit more lively. So,
You know, and along that, many times I get sometimes calls from visitors or families, and they say, oh, well, my son or daughter is just looking at the books and drawing from, and why do you feel it is important to look at the actual works of art, you know, for inspiration versus looking at photos? Or
I think it's absolutely essential to see as much art as you possibly can. If you don't, you're just limiting yourself, really.
How often do you come to the museum?
I mean, being downtown as much as I am, I'm here at least once a week, almost.
See, so all those that have the younger children, listen up, because that is very important. And you can see a big difference in our studio creation classes. We used to have these 2 sections where one of the students would go and they would see the actual work of art, and then they would come and create artwork. And then we had another set that would start in the studio and then go see the art because of the timing. And the students that saw the original works of art and inspired, their work was just 100% better. So yeah, that's something to... Now, what about, how does it feel to have your artwork installed at the DMA alongside, you know, many of these artists, you know, and along that, we had at the last week when we were voting during spring break for your favorite work of art from the permanent collection, I'll let you know that a lot of the visitors that came, they were saying there's no acquisition number on these labels, you know, because we told them go and so look at and we said, no, there's acquisition numbers and all. And then, so they were coming around and pointing at your works of art. So, hey, that's really good. And hopefully soon your works will be up here as well. Yeah, how does that feel?
It's amazing. It's a childhood dream almost. It's just to be in one of the best museums of your hometown at this age is such an accomplishment. It's great.
And also during late nights and all the others, do you realize that of all the exhibitions that people see, whether they came to view the show or not, everybody passes by here. It's the prime real estate. So you're very lucky, and I thank you. How has the art changed or influenced your life?
Oh, it's given me so much. It's given me, hopefully, a career path that will just keep me on my feet at all time. It's given me a lot of focus, a lot of pride. It is what I do now.
And is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience, maybe that I didn't ask, or?
I can't say I do.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.